So I think it sucks that I feel bad about things that I hadn't been made aware of that was an expectation of me. Because how was I supposed to know better? But I still feel so supremely guilty of not assuming what people want of me correctly, anyway. So, like, I was visiting with my partner's grandma, and after we'd all had a meal together, I retreated to the living room to sit and wait to find out what everyone else was going to do with their day from then on. And his grandma came in and stated, "There's free dish towels." And she turned around and left before I even responded, which was just to say, "Oh, okay." But I still sat there for like half a minute in confusion. Interactions like this get me so fucked up, so I thought that I'd explain a bit of what's going on in my head and how something so actually simple can create a bit of a stunt lock. First is it being an open, indirect statement rather than a question. I wouldn't have hesitated a second if I'd been asked whether I could come and help do the dishes. That would have set very clear expectations of what's wanted from me. Just saying come do the dishes would work too. That's direct. Commenting that there's a free dish towel required interpretation of something that wasn't already in my awareness, which makes me a little nervous. What else have I missed that I should have been aware of? Personally, I find that form of asking to do things a bit passive aggressive. Perhaps backhanded might be the right phrase, I don't know, but like, you want me to do them, but you won't outright ask for it. So the ball is in my court whether I'll continue to disappoint you or not. Second up in my rapid processing of the situation is whether I've disappointed them already. Are they judging me because I didn't instinctually go help do the dishes? So even if I go help, I'm still at a negative impact in our relationship because of this. I've experienced that with grouchy people where you're damned no matter what you do, really. They've judged you for what you didn't do before actually making their expectations clear, and it's just a matter of how much more they don't like you if you comply after the fact. The judgment has already been passed, and I worried that she'd already labeled me as lazy. Third in my discomfort of this situation was then my ability to recover, and I have quite a lot of performance anxiety. Would I do the dishes well enough? Different people have different standards. I'd already missed the mark to participate in doing them, so what else would I unexpectedly fuck up in actually doing the task? So I worried about that while I did the dishes and asked as many questions as I'd allow myself as to how she'd prefer things done, hopefully without making myself sound stupid. Because I do truly want to do a good job and am happy to help. I was only overthinking the fuck out of things because I thought she didn't like me now. When the dishes were done and she said thank you, I was relieved enough with that resolution that I didn't try to bridge my gap in understanding by apologizing and trying to explain that I would have helped had I known. Because canonically throughout my life, I've been forced not to help with dishes. When I'm in other people's houses, they've always been low-key insulted by the idea that they'd make their guests do dishes, so I just assumed that she'd be the same unless told otherwise, and so I was. I guess this is also a comment on the power of phrasing for different kinds of people. Someone asking me whether I can help them with something is always an immediate no-brainer. Can you help me with this? Would you mind doing the dishes? Yes, absolutely. Someone implying they think I should help with something they don't even say directly puts me in a very strange headspace.